the Skull Report, Briggs Howell. Guess what? It's Halloween time!
October edition.
Halloween, baby, your favorite time of year. So here's what we're gonna do. First, let's get down to business. The Skull Report, new releases.
Movies
Let's do
that
it,
came out
man.
this month, yeah.
Let's do it. Basically, because it is, looking for scary movies, you got three options right now, pretty much, right? Sinister, a movie we've already went over in our last episode. Check that out if you like.
Paranormal Activity 4.
And Silent Hill.
And Silent Hill 2.
We got the Skinny. They kind of both suck.
Yeah. I mean, definitely read the Skull Reports on Facebook, but Silent Hill I liked a little better just because of the 3D and the stuff like that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the story was just way too much was going on. They didn't, we kind of said it didn't need to have going on as much as they had going on. Paranormal Activity was just, they didn't do anything, especially after the last movie, I kind of bought into it and was like, okay, cool, let's see what they're going to do.
See where they're going to go,
And it was just like nothing. Go see Sinister. It's not making a lot of money and it's totally worth,
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Paranormal Activity it's run out of steam at this point, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It's
wasn't good.
They're resorting to loud noises for their scares and nothing visually. They're rushing the finishes. Silent Hill has great visuals, but that's really about the only thing going for it right now. So
the 3D.
The 3D.
Good 3D horror movie, but not great.
If you're really interested in both, man, just wait for the red box. Don't even bother. But yeah, support Sinister, man. It's good stuff, man. So our little special edition for our Halloween edition, man. We've each put together a little top 10 of some of our favorite horror movies, man. Here's the cool thing about it. I don't know his list. He doesn't know my list. We haven't shown each other yet. So we're just going to go one by one and start naming them off. And again, these are just our favorites, movies we watch a lot, man. So, all right, we'll check the list here. Okay, all right, here we go. So, hit me with your 10th one, man. Number 10. Hit me.
Number 10.
What do you got?
I'm going to go with Village of the Damned.
Can't say I've actually seen it, man. Tell me about it.
You never saw Village of the Damned?
Never saw Village of the Damned.
Christopher Reeve's probably one of his best movies. I'm pretty sure it's a Stephen King novel.
Okay.
And it's an awesome movie. It's basically about aliens coming to Earth, sneaking in, impregnating a whole town of women.
Okay.
All the women getting pregnant, having the kids, and then these kids turning on the town and killing everybody because they plan on taking over the planet.
All right.
It's an awesome movie. Honestly,
80s movie?
You were going to leave and take my DVD after this tape.
Excellent.
I'm embarrassed.
Well, good. This is one of the reasons why we're doing the list, man. He's bringing up something I've never seen, so that's good. Absolutely. It's on my priority now.
Your turn.
I'm going to start off with a remake, actually. I'm going to start off with the 1988 Blob remake. It's a movie I find myself watching over and over again. Chuck Russell, Frank Darabont, did the screenplay on it. Somebody, he might come up later in this list again. Bill Moseley doing a little spot. Shawnee Smith from the Saw series.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Dillon.
I love that movie.
Dale from The Walking Dead's in it as the sheriff. Good character actors, man. I just think there's great effects. They did a great job of just kind of bringing that story into the century. I just like the style of it, man. It's one of the better remakes, honestly, out there, man.
They're not all bad. It hasn't gotten remade since. It's because that one's
so good, and they did well. So, The Blob 1988 is going to start off my list. So let's bounce it back to you. What do you got for me?
All right, for number 9, I'm going to go with the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, all right.
What do you got?
Good movie. What do you say? What hasn't been said about Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Compared to the rest of the franchises, for me, that first one is a horror movie. It's a real horror movie. It's scary. It's not all gimmicked out yet. You really don't get a lot of Freddy. It's real shadowy stuff and a lot of noises and
not jokey yet.
Love it. Just a good horror movie.
Oddly enough, that you should say Nightmare on Elm Street because my number 9 is Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors, which is my favorite in the series, mainly because they take the best of both worlds. The first half of the movie, he's a silent Freddy, much like the original. He's just killing the people. Literally, if you watch that movie, he doesn't say a word for the first 40 minutes. And then they start to bring in the jokes, but it's not too much. He hasn't gone to Looney Tunes, Freddy's Dead Land yet. You know what I mean? Just punchlines. And it wasn't him just being a goofball with the power glove. You know what I mean? No. So I love the style of it. Again, that's oddly enough, another Chuck Russell, Frank Darabont production, just like The Blob. It was the one they did right before that. So just a good visual movie, and it's the best of the sequels easily, and a movie I find myself watching a lot. So Number 8 for you, sir. Hit it.
Number 8. I'm gonna go with the old school Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, the one that like set his career on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just love it, man. It's just odd, strange. It's got Vampira in it.
It's got zombies, really.
It's got Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi last time.
Yeah. It has a professional wrestler in it. It's just a cool nostalgia movie.
Okay, no, I'm digging the vibe of that.
It's one of the movies. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. It's just.
I don't know if I've ever watched it straight up. I've always watched it with the riff tracks commentary or something, like somebody making fun of it. But I've seen it in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have seen it, and it's a movie you can definitely appreciate for how just out there it is, man. So yeah, absolutely.
And he started B movies, so.
Oh no, of course you gotta pay tribute to that. But all right, my number 8 is actually another remake. I'm gonna go with the 2004 Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead.
Running Zombies.
Running Zombies. I know. I'm sort of it's weird. I like the slow movie zombies, but there's something about that remake, that movie that just gets me going, dude. Anytime it's on TV, I pop it in a lot. Yeah, it just
they add adrenaline.
Yeah, he just added a good spark and really re-hyped the zombie genre. I like the cast a lot, man. I just like his visual flair he has in that movie, man. I just think
it's a good cast, good story.
Really excited. They amped up the
good soundtrack for that.
Yeah, excellent soundtrack, man. And no, just again, it's another remake, but man, they're not all bad, man. There's some good stuff.
I remember when it came out, it made me hope that group was going to continue the trilogy.
And do another day or something like that.
Yeah, they had a good fill, and then the DVDs came out of the other sequels.
Right, and that kind of fell through. But yeah, just a movie I find myself watching a lot, man. So it makes the rotation on the DVD player. But hit me with the number 7, sir.
I'm gonna go with Slither.
Slither, good choice.
Yeah.
It made my honorable mentions, but yeah, real good choice. No, James Gunn doing his thing, man. That's a good movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, Merle is
Michael Rooker,
He's got that sweet spot as the villain, and just it's a campy movie, but it doesn't get too it doesn't make fun of itself, but it definitely hits those campy slasher.
It has that humor,
spots.
No.
And it's just it's awesome. It's gory, it's gross, it's got ridiculous.
Big fat lady blowing up with all the slugs.
The mayor in that, the mayor character just driving around cussing, and the neighbors just looking over and just being like, "Hey, mayor," just he's just stuff like that's cool.
Yeah, no, good effects, but it keeps that self-awareness to it, and kind of a good horror comedy-ish, element. But you can take it for either side, of that movie. That's what makes that movie great. My number 7, I'm gonna go with Frank Darabont's The Mist. 2007, man.
Sweet.
Love The Mist. I know you love The Mist too.
Mist is
probably make your honorable mentions list.
It's down there.
But man, I especially love the black and white version. If you guys have seen the special edition,
gotta watch it.
A good it just definitely amps up the horror of that movie. A good monster movie. Everybody talks about the ending. I won't talk about the ending here because if you haven't seen it, please see The Mist, man.
Best finish ever.
It was a diamond in the rough when it came out. It took a while to get a following behind it, man. Just a good close quarters movie about how people deal with the situation, man, and how things can just escalate out of control. And but I mean, it's got Thomas Jane in it, the Punisher, the lady who plays the crazy Christian lady is fantastic.
There's actually a lot of people, Frank Darabont, in the original season of The Walking Dead. In that movie, the Spanish family from the first season.
Yeah, Andrea's in there.
Andrea.
Sophia's mom.
Yeah.
Oh no,
she's the chick at the
beginning who
Dale's
in it.
Go get her kid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dale's in it. Yeah, no, it's great. Again, another great cast. Darabont just does his thing, man. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. It's a real good gem if you haven't seen it. So, all right, number 6, Sarah, hit me.
All right, number 6. I had to go with a first and a second of a franchise because I really couldn't separate the two, and that would be Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses and
The Devil's Rejects. Okay, no, you could definitely take those. As a cohesive movie. They're very different movies, but they're very similar as well.
Completely.
First one, I just watched the first one the other day, actually, House of a Thousand. Yeah, it's definitely more of the straight horror nod to those 70s movies about people getting involved with a crazy family, you know, and like getting screwed up.
That's the great thing about both the movies is because one is almost from them, their point of view being these like hunters, and they're going after these prey. And then the second one is them and running.
Opposite,
it's the opposite of the spectrum. So it's a great. I mean, it's a good.
It's a great full circle. Yeah, I love Zombies like visual flair for both those movies. How different they both look compared to each other. You know. The first one's very dark and like. Just very flashy, neon, and the third one, or the second one, excuse me, very gritty Western kind of feel to it, man. Just that 70s like grindhouse look to it. Great casting, great characterization. It's really over the top, but it's awesome. It's a good movie. Definitely made my honorable mentions too. Number 6, I'm gonna go with a movie a lot of people haven't seen too. 2001's Frailty. With Bill Paxton.
Oh, dude.
A great psychological horror movie, man. About, if you don't know, it's about Bill Paxton. He gets a vision that he needs to destroy demons on Earth for God. And so he basically goes out and starts murdering people on a list. And about the family dynamic that it takes, and it's set in like the 70s Texas.
Oh yeah.
And man, it's just a wonderful like psychological horror movie, man. Just it takes you a lot of
directions. It's cool too because you don't. It's one of those movies where it has the swerve finish.
Yeah.
And it's told out of sync with the time frame, so you don't really realize what's going on until that point in time. There's nothing that really leads you up to that. It's a great movie.
It's a movie I again like The Mist. I show a lot of people. Oh yeah, I show it to a lot of people when they go like, "What's Frailty, man?" You know, "What's The Mist?" Like it's those are two of my movies. I'll be like, "All right, we're watching this right now, man. Let's go."
Yeah.
So there we go. Bouncing back to you, sir.
Number
6.
Oh no, number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Getting the top 5. Here we go.
We're gonna go with Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods. All right, do it. Recent, but very, very good. I didn't include on mine just because I've watched it a lot. I just gotta let it sink in a little more, but. Yeah, man. We both like Cabin in the Woods.
I'm sticking with
please,
it, man.
Please do.
I'm not saying it's like the greatest horror movie out there, but like as far as horror themes go, this is one of the first movies I've seen that has, in the last few years at least, has like just completely embraced it, had fun with it, told a good story, and it didn't have to be super detailed. You know what I mean? Just like it was what it needed to be.
They just threw everything they wanted to throw at it, man, and just got it out there.
They had to cut things out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's a movie that definitely energized both of us and gave us hope. Like, man, this is a great horror movie, man. Like, this is fun, and you know, little spoiler, it'll most likely make my top of the year list overall, man. It's gonna be good.